Hello, everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green today. Big Daddy Powell today moved the market for us. Come out, rate decision was a pause, and Powell did say expecting two more basis point hikes before the end of this year. So the market's probably going to be pricing in come in about 6 weeks. Market's probably going to be pricing in a rate hike. So we've been pushing up, expecting a pause, probably going to see a pullback, but we have time. See what the market does here. Uh, Powell did say, talking about rate cuts, he said that rate cuts were a couple of years out for rate cuts. So Powell said that we're going to listen to him. We're not going to try to fight the Fed. We're not going to be expecting anything the Fed's not promised us. Uh, Also talked about getting back to the 2% inflation mark. So we heard some decent stuff out of Powell today. Things are looking better. He did say that there would be 3 data points before the next decision. So he said that there would be time. Once again, he said the biggest thing they look at is the PCE core. So we will also be keeping an eye on that. So let's get looking at the charts, and we're going to talk more about the action and what we're expecting tomorrow as we go through the charts. You can see SPX. We are pushing up into some volume profile in this area. You see this was a previous support area as well, but you can see the volume profile bar. The SPY weekly chart looks a little different. We will look at that as well. But just want to point that out. We need to get into that area, and that way we can push through it. So there's some resistance there. So breath was down today. We can see our 9 turning. We started to see a nice move up here, but we're starting to struggle here. What will we do tomorrow? A lot of days, after the Fed rate, we go the absolute opposite direction. We had a high closed candle. Yes, it's a long-legged doji, but it is a high closed candle. So the majority of our Fed days, we have gone the opposite direction the next day. So, we'll talk more about that as we get to the SPY chart. You can see the US dollar here still trading within that channel. VIX filled that gap. Nice move down today. Now the VIX is showing us right there that there's no fear in this market. We know the VIX is a broken instrument right now, but it is still telling us that there's no fear in the market, and we have to tend to believe it a little bit the way this market's going up. They're definitely seeing some FOMO. Crude right back into a support level there. See if we can take that out and move lower. If it does move lower, keep energy on the radar. Possible short plays there. Apple pushing almost a new high today. Strong, very strong move up there. So we had already put in this was a new high. We didn't close at it. We closed at one here, and we need to obviously continue higher. You can see volume profile starting to lighten up in this area because it's getting ready to go into discovery zone, where there's price discovery. Apple, you can see the intraday chart here. It's been a pretty tough chop, but it has been moving higher over the last couple of days. Very tough chop today, and some of that had to do with Powell. Gold right here into the 9 and 20 did push up today, but you can see the downtrend there. Advanced decline lines turning down today. Actually, small caps look the worst, and that may have something to do with rate decisions, because rates go up, and expecting those 2 more for the year. Rates go up, it makes it harder for the smaller companies to borrow money. So that's why small caps definitely need to keep an eye on them. There could be some opportunities there coming up in the very near future. So AMC has a low close candle, but above the 9 and 20. I would keep an eye on this one. If it can clear this 50-day here, look for a move up to that 200 possibly. But it needs to clear the 50-day. Be patient, wait for the proper setup. AMD, you see the last 2 days has really struggled. Today, pretty tight action. You see the move down, and that was a sell the news event on their AI premiere day, which they really didn't have anything to sell. Uh, they're good premiere, a lot of great, you know, they had a lot of great stuff that they talked about, but the market's looking for AI, something that they can, sell now, use now. That's what the market was looking for. Still some really good equipment that they showed, and could definitely drive, you know, AMD higher. Amazon holding the 9, trying to clear this resistance. You can see this last little bit of volume profile up here. We can clear this in this range, should be able to move higher. ARK-K, this has been bullish. We broke this downtrend here. We, on the lookout. Then we pushed We always know we wait for a retest of a short-term moving average or a breakout area. If you were to extend this line, perfect retest of the breakout area, reclaiming the 9, pushing higher. Was a low close candle today, but you can see the buyers at the end of the day bought that candle back up. That's a good sign. So that's not a it is a hangman. Now, I would like to see less wick up there, but we can still call that a hangman. But to me, that's not a very bullish. The chart's bullish. It's heading up. They sold the crap out of it. Buyers come back in and bought it back up. To me, that candle is not a very bearish candle. AMD still holding the 9 and 20 here. Looks like it wants to move higher. It's had a little inside day. AMD weekly. Some struggles going on there. Letting that weekly 9 catch up. Just letting some moving averages catch up. Affirm, little gap down today. This one may have had some news, but I could not find it. So we did dip below this 9, trying to push back up. This is where we normally look for entries, is off this 9, so we can keep an eye on that. Could see some follow through to the upside, because you can see, once again, still a low close candle, because it's not a super bullish candle, but it's not a super bearish candle neither, because it was way down here and the buyers come back in and brought that candle back up. So that's about a neutral candle to me. It does have a small gap here above it that needs to be filled, that it could definitely go for. Watch it off the 9. Doesn't mean it won't break the 9 and move lower, but you're right at a level of interest right now. You're right at your 9, so watch your 9. You can take a play off of that daily 9, above or below it. Plan A, plan B. Amazon moving lower. Amazon here, weekly chart. Break out this little very rough inverted head and shoulder, starting to look like a cup now. So you can see we could draw this out. This would make a nice cup in here. It's not super textbook, a little wide on the side, but nice cup, breakout to the upside, waiting on the 9 to catch up. Apple weekly, I mean, strong. What you know, very nice chart, beautiful. Boeing broke out of this cup, dipping back into your daily 9. This is resistance level. You can see it. We're always waiting for a retest of the resistance level, or a retest of a short-term moving average. Now, tomorrow, the short-term moving average is going to be above this resistance level. Let's see what tomorrow's candle wants to do. Doesn't mean it can't move lower. That's a very evening starish pattern up there. So this doesn't mean that it can't move lower, but that's support here did hold. The 9's on its way up. So see if we can get a reaction off the 9. Still got a decent MACD there. We could definitely get a reaction off the 9 and move up. That is a bearish candle. It is a bearish pattern. There is a major level of resistance there. You can see volume profile, or a major level of support. So see if we can get a possible bounce off that support in the 9. BTU breaking this downtrend. This is one to keep an eye on now. Have the 9 turning up. We want to see the 9 following price up. Got a great MACD on that. RSI is heating up, showing some little bit of relative strength down there. Bitcoin rolling over here on the weekly, losing the weekly moving averages. Lost this downtrend as of right now. We broke out of this downward channel. Has come into some previous level of support, so we'll see what happens there. Boeing chopped sideways yesterday. Well, yesterday we had a big move up, and then you can see after that we pretty much chopped sideways after hours and pre-market and moved lower. Actually, that was Monday's action. We had that strong move up Monday, and you see all that volume profile and that tight action right there. All that volume and that tight action. Big breakout on it. Come over here and just chopped around and moved lower today. CVX. So we had a nice bounce. Hoping we could get and it's still possible, we could still possibly get this inverted head or inverted cup and handle pattern, possibly. But right now, this candle looks like it wanted to push up in this area, took a break, but we just lost a 9. You can see it tapped, come up here, tapped your 50, tapped the Bollinger Band, and today we had a big down candle. So see what happens here. I need to be back above this 9 to go long up to that 50, or I need to be down below that 20. And I need to see some momentum, some signs of some momentum in one direction or the other. So XLC, communication sector, still looking good after that inverted head and shoulders breakout. XLP pushing back up off this double bottom we talked about. So today's candle confirmed this double bottom down here. You can draw your triangle right through these candles, go down as far as this wick, draw it over, and you're going to see that this candle fits within that box. So this is a double bottom. This was your peak confirmation above that, which we just got, up, and we're actually above the 20, right where we want to be. See if we can see some consumer staple, possibly moving up in the next few days. Great MACD there. We could definitely be seeing some rotation coming back into some of those names. Now, cost, nice push up. Exactly what we've been waiting for. We wanted to get out of this area. Nice, very nice little flag here, flagged into your nine. It's not perfect. Could be like a little tabletop, but this candle started to close up over top of these candles, and you can see it's pushing higher. That's our entry right there. DraftKings, nice push up. Just being patient to wait on the right setup can save you can take a bad setup and still make money on a trade, but it doesn't mean it wasn't a painful trade. It doesn't mean it was a comfortable trade. I'd rather spend time work on my strategies to make my trading less painful. And that's when you start to enjoy trading. That's what's going to make you a better trader. DDOG is putting in a diamond here. Draw a line across there, just like that. You can start to see a diamond pattern there. A lot of times diamonds break lower, but I've seen them break higher as well. So just keep an eye on this one. Um, it isn't an uptrend, and it could be a continuation pattern to the upside. Your MACD is cooling off. Definitely keep an eye on that name. Remember, this broke out of an expansion pattern or a contraction pattern. It's in the expansion phase, so you can get a wild ride. Lily climbing higher there. Nice looking chart. That's a great passive income chart. XLE moving lower. Google struggling with that 9 and 20. Watch this one, possibly maybe trying to roll over. It did have a high close candle today. IWM, massive, ugly move down today. Seeing money come back out of that. It's been getting hard. We get that rotation there and it doesn't hold. We'll talk more about that when we get to IWM. You can see the cues here. This is the pattern we talked about on Sunday. Breakout, nice, you know, easy money, easy money. Cues on the daily. You can see today, tight action, kind of inverted head and shoulders there, breaking out after hours and pushing higher. QQQ weekly, strong push there. That candle's still open, has not closed yet. Mara still trading in that rectangle, tight action. Merck looking pretty tight down here. You can see tested this area, tested it, keeps pushing back up. If they can take this out, your 9, you'll probably see a nice pop. If you do take out this area here, you can look for a move down. But you can see we touch this area and them candles shoot back up. So that could be, even when you dip down here, buyers come back in for it. Could be an area to look for a small tree with options with a tight strike. You can make money in a small space, make good money in a small space. Meta with a nice move up. Merck's not a fast mover, though. Keep that in mind. It's not like you're trading, Nvidia or Meta. Speaking of Meta, pushing back up in after hours, trying to match today's high. So it's a good sign seeing a push up after hours. It's important for the market to continue in this uptrend for buyers to still be interested into it. Microsoft, because the market has been an uptrend, whether we want to admit it or not, or for any reasons why we could be looking for a reason, the market is bullish. We can call it, say what we want. The market has definitely been bullish. It's not been widespread, but we're definitely seeing a change there as well. Microsoft daily pushing higher. Um, Microsoft intraday 15-minute chart. You can see we've been grinding higher there as well. Tough action today, but they're buying it right back after hours. Microsoft weekly. I mean, nice looking. We're just about where we're looking for another breakout. So candle's not closed yet. Nvidia, we talked about this pattern in the video this morning. Not surprised to see this move up. We're not surprised to see all that heavy options flow coming in on it this morning. And look at this candle now and seeing this great move up today. So it looks like we opened at 410, closed at 429. That's a big move, big money. Goosehead MACD, we talked about that this morning in the morning video. Nvidia, nice push up there both days. The AMD news for AMD was actually more bullish for Nvidia, and we've seen the move. We've seen it pushing up on it. Nvidia weekly candle, nice. I mean, what can you say? It's bullish, right? The thing is, Nvidia is extended here. I mean, we're just huge, all-time high in this name, and it wants to go higher. It's acting right now. It wants to go higher. crazy move, but there's money to be made there. Short-term trades only when you're that far extended, but you can make plenty of money still there. And when it does break and come back down, eventually it's going to catch back up with that nine. So there's money to be made in both directions if you're paying attention to the chart, keeping it moving, staying in and out. There's plenty of money to be made there. Nasdaq, nice push up. Netflix still has this little gap down here. Now we have another little gap here, pushing higher. It's another one that we had on the radar today. So the Qs were pushing into that cup area. It's actually pushing through it. You can see the resistance here. You got a candle line, some wicks. So keep an eye on this area here. We could see a pullback on the Qs. Just see this candle right here closed at 359.77. So we've pushed well above that candle. You can see we're actually pushed above these as well. We do have some wicks here. We know those candles stopped at those wicks for a reason. So there could be a little bit of resistance coming up. Definitely need to get these moving averages caught up on the monthly. I mean, what a move. So right now that's a cup. We have traded in a cup. So we're going to see how that candle closes. Obviously, it's not the end of the month yet. You got a great MACD there on the monthly. As strong as that chart looks, that MACD is just getting started. So we'll see. Robolex, it's not the best chart at all. I'm actually getting ready to take it off. SPX daily, this is a spinning top, high close. You can see the big pullback today, filled that gap filled. Nice pullback today, but the buyers come back in, pushed it back up, took it above the close, and still give us a high close candle. The market was bullish before Powell, continued to be bullish after, even though we were trying to play catch up. Still, you can see SoFi, low close candle there today, struggling back into the Bollinger Bands. The diamond right into the nine. The buyers come for it right on top of that daily nine. Keep an eye on it. You do got resistance up here. I prefer the diamond be above that candle. Diamond weekly trying to push up here. SPY weekly. As you can see, we are pushed into the volume profile here already, where the SPX we're just now getting to it. Nice sign seeing the SPY already into that area, trying to push through it. Still got a great histogram here as well. Strong MACD. Remember, this histogram, we use the 9. It's custom. It's what if you are trading standard numbers on the MACD, you're using the 9. Basically, it follows your 9 MA, but it's a 9 moving average what the histogram is based on. This histogram I'm using on the top of the charts based on a 5, just a little earlier. Kind of gives you an idea, just a little bit earlier. And you can see SPY monthly here. And once again, this histogram is just starting to push. And we're not quite, we know the Qs are definitely a lot more bullish. Crazy because the Qs let us down and it's definitely let us up. And it's definitely a better looking chart here with more of a rounded bottom with a quicker reversal. So we are not back to that area with the pretty much the same area on the Qs. We're not back there yet on the SPX, but we could definitely see some resistance. But we are comfortably above this heavier volume profile bar, so at least we will have that for support if we do pull back. SPY daily, high close candle here, kind of a long-legged doji. It is a high close. It's not a spinning top. It is definitely more of a doji. So we do have a long-legged doji there, but like I say, it is a high close. You can see where the bears or the sellers took it all the way down. The buyers come back and close it above. They close the candle above the open. So definitely some bullishness in that candle. You can see SPY here has been trending up, except for today. We pulled back. And, see what we get tomorrow. Square got to clear that 200. Actually lost that 9 today. Not that interested until it clears some moving averages. CRM still above that 9 and 20. Did try to it did try to push into it today. Seen some rejection. Did still give us a high close candle. So they did come back for it. Shop pushing up. This is one we've been bullish on. Watch this matching candle here. We need to move above that. We get above that, we're bullish. This MACD is just now opening up. So a lot of stuff's already run. This is one that has not run yet, and we could start to see a move on it. It's worth keeping an eye on. Until it breaks this candle, let that 9 get close. It needs to break that candle to go in on it. We need a candle above that candle. Tesla, nice move up, except for today. It's pulling back some, which has been on a serious tear here. XLK, big push up there. Tesla weekly, strong push, very strong push up. Tesla daily, we have this gap down here. If Tesla does want to pull back, kind of looks like it's just trying to hang out and let these moving averages catch up. You know, puts paid today on this, but I would be careful trying to short that with shares. There's not a lot of money into it. Uh, Nine's right there. You don't have a big gap. Well, I guess there is quite a bit of a $21 move down to the nine. That's going to make a difference tomorrow. And it's definitely going to move higher. Uber flagging right into your nine. You need to draw this bull flag on top this nine. We're looking for a move up there. That price tag, I did not mean to put that price tag. The price tag was supposed to sit up there. Screwed that up. Walmart, huge move up there. We had this three green crows pushing higher, or three stars to the north. It's got several different names on this pattern. And it took three candles. We did gap up. Took three candles hanging out above that 20 and then ripping higher. XLF, nice move up on the banks here. We did run into this 200 a day. We did pullbacks. So right now we need to break this 9 to go short. We need to clear that 200 daily moving average to go long. There is some support down in this area. You can see the heavy volume profile. If it does pull back and you're looking to short it, make sure you're paying attention to that volume profile. TLT, trading pretty tight here as well. IWM, nice push. This is the weekly. You can see we did pull back some here on the weekly, but as of right now, we're still green on the week. Now, the daily chart's a little different story. We do have a bearish engulfing candle coming down. The buyers did come back in at the 9, try to push it back up. Worth keeping an eye on. Lose the 9, looking for a move lower. I want to see this. So this gap looks like it's been filled, but I still want to see it break this candle line area and the 9 before I'm taking to go short. Back above this area right here, you can see this candle pushed right into a over level of resistance, barely closed above it before snatching back below it, tried to get above it again. So I need to be above that area comfortably before I'm looking to go long. And put the call ratio 82, that actually has not updated. So we do not have today's action. The oscillator's 92 for the Nasdaq, cooled off, and 72 for the New York Stock Exchange. And back to our original chart. So this concludes our video for today. I hope you find this helpful, and I'll see you in the trading room. And please remember, discipline is the key to your success in trading.